Right, guys, welcome back to the Championship Roundup episode. Fuck knows, something like 13 or 14. Yeah. We're a bit off the ball today, so if it comes across, apologies. That's because it took us like 40 minutes getting on this actual Zoom call because Sam's laptop just decided to die before the meeting. So he's managed to source another laptop. We won't tell you how. We won't tell you how he's managed to get it, but he had to put in a lot of work to get that laptop.
It was a lot of bread.
A lot of bread. But yeah, we're here to dive into UFC 268. What a fantastic card we've just had on the weekend. Some absolutely cracking fights. A hat trick for Trevor Whitman, the genius, as I predicted on my betting slip. So that got me a nice little bit of bread in as well. But yeah, without further ado, we need to just jump straight into the card. There's a lot to break down. Yeah, so we started off with two guys that were coming to steal the show off the co-main and the main. They got rescheduled to the beginning of the card, so Trevor Whitman had a chance to get back in the locker room to help his other fighters. But Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, what a fight. That's a contender for fight of the year, 100%. Yeah. It's a shame it was only a 3-rounder, but I don't know if they could have stayed in there for 2 more rounds at the pace they were going.
No, I think what it is with a fight like this, it was built to be one of the most violent fights of the year. And I think, like we said, it could have not been like with that much hype. It's going to be violent, two violent guys together. You never know. Like for example, Ngannou versus Lewis, that was terrible. So we could have had one of those situations, but you know, they came to fight. They both came to fight. Somehow Justin Gaethje grew a chin out of nowhere. He was taking
he was taking shots. He did get wobbled though, like a couple of times.
Yeah, he got wobbled hard once, but some of the shots Chandler was putting everything into them with his 1-2s. That right hand was landing on his jaw, and Gaethje was eating a lot of them. And this is why I feel Chandler didn't really pace himself. I feel like Chandler thought, I can get him out of there. He was putting everything into every shot. And I think towards the end of the 2 and definitely 3, he was tired. Like, you know, he's walking forward with his hands down and stuff like that, getting caught. That's why I think if it went on to rounds 4 or 5, Gaethje wasn't tired. Gaethje was ready to go. But yeah, shout out to Gaethje's chin. I've got a bit
of a theory about his chin, you know. I think because he used to get rocked a lot when he first joined the UFC, but he was in scrap after scrap after scrap, and he was taking fights like really one after the other, basically.
Yeah.
If you think about it, he's had quite a long time off since the Khabib fight, and also in the Khabib fight, he didn't take anything on the chin. Tony Ferguson, he took that one uppercut, which dropped him a little bit. But other than that, he's basically gone 2 years without taking any damage to the chin. So I think that might have actually helped him having that layoff. So
yeah.
But
I feel like I was gonna say no. I just think that with Gaethje as well, what makes him dangerous when he got rocked in this fight. Sometimes when people get rocked, they cover up or they shoot. Gaethje swings like a wild animal, like a wounded animal. He just swings.
Yeah.
So as he was rocked, he caught Chandler with an uppercut and made Chandler shoot on him because he's just swinging. And if he catches you, he also is going to hurt you as well. So I think that's a lot of the difference with him. Even though he gets rocked, he swings. He just fires back, which is also probably a dangerous strategy for a good striker.
It is dangerous because look at what happened when he did that against Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
But Dustin's volume, he just picked him off. But Chandler obviously got clocked with one. I thought, fuck. You don't want to go into that firefight again, and then he's shot on him. But
I
was very
the uppercut
impressed.
was lovely though. The uppercuts were lovely. The one that dropped him was
the one
lovely.
that dropped
and
him.
It was landing uppercuts all night, and I think even the commentators were saying like Justin doesn't get enough credit for how technical he is. Obviously, he's improved massively since those wars in his early career. His striking's got a lot more technical, and I think he's becoming a very rounded wrestler. We've seen his takedown defense as well, so he's definitely there now, number 1 contender. Whoever wins out of Poirier and
Oliveira,
Oliveira, yeah.
I can actually see Justin winning a bout. Like I can see it because if we're thinking about his immediate future, Oliveira, I don't think he can take Gaethje down. I don't think he can. I don't think he can take him down. No. But then, let me go back to that. So to that thought, I just started thinking of loads of different things then. But, yeah, I don't think Oliveira can take down Gaethje on the feet. Though Oliveira is a good striker, but I think Justin Gaethje is incredible, and especially those leg kicks are so.
He's slamming them in. Yeah,
Chandler was hitting him back.
Chandler gave him back.
Yeah, Chandler was hitting him back, but Justin is like, he's like, you watch The Simpsons in that boxing fight where it's like Homer Simpson is getting bang, bang, waits for the other guy to get tired. Bro, his leg kicks, like he's just eating all of Chandler's leg kicks and just whacking them, like, and he throws everything into those leg kicks, man.
Yeah. But I don't get why Chandler's leg kicks wasn't really affecting Gaethje.
I think
Gaethje must just had some horrible power in those kicks.
I think some of Chandler's landed above the knee though. I think Justin has a lot more accuracy. That's why I think the Dustin and Chandler, like them two, like just calf kicking each other would be so amazing because it literally would be a chess match because they're both so accurate with those calf kicks. I think he's improved massively since the Dustin Poirier one fight, but then so has Dustin. So I think Justin's got a real shot, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him holding the belt in 2022.
Yeah, maybe, but I just feel like I don't know, man. I think him versus Oliveira has got a better chance. Dustin I would say it's a 50-50 fight with Dustin because they're gonna go to war. Whoever gets clipped gets clipped. Do you reckon Dustin carries more power than Chandler? He's fucking big for the division now.
I think he carries more power through the rounds than Chandler. I think that's the difference. I think with Poirier, his power doesn't diminish over the rounds. Whereas I think with Chandler, if you can survive, he's kind of like Conor. If you can survive that first round, you know the shots are going to decrease in power. But Poirier is massive for that division, and I think we might see a lot of clinch work from Poirier as well if he fights Gaethje, because Gaethje doesn't really cut for 155. He walks around roughly at weight, so be very interesting, man. That division is full of killers, man. Very good.
I mean, we were talking about it today when they put the tweet up about Chandler put the tweet up for Conor, and Conor said but Conor's not going to hang with these top five now. Anyone in the top five, you can't hang with them. He ain't got the cardio. He ain't really got the chin.
Got the wrestling. The wrestling's a big... Bro, everyone in that top five can wrestle. Everyone. Like, you need to be a well-rounded mixed martial artist to be in that top five now. Like, you can be a specialist in a certain thing. Like, Islam's a specialist, obviously, in his wrestling. Poirier's fucking striking is incredible. But you still need to have a well-rounded MMA game. So, I just don't think Conor can hang with them anymore, to be honest. Come back and prove me wrong. Fight Hasbulla.
Warm-up fight. I probably might lose that one. I think where does Chandler go then from here? I mean, we know Justin where he goes from here.
I think Chandler's stock's only gone up anyway, man. After a performance like that, he's incredible, man. Like, people are gonna want to see him in. Chandler's so weird because the way he talks is the complete opposite to the way he fights. Like, he's such a nice guy, like well-spoken, like always like fucking like motivational and shit. And then when he fights like a dog, man. He scraps and like he's got so much anger in there.
But, the thing is that everyone, if you watch a lot of the comments, people say they'd love to see Chandler as an analyst after when he's finished because how well-spoken he is.
Yeah, I can 100% see that happening. The guy's so well spoken. I think he does little bits and bobs already, but I think Dana really likes him as well. So I think he will naturally progress into that. But
at 35 years old now, does he win a title or is that it?
I don't know how long he wants to stick around for. If he wants to just go for the money fights or what, like. I don't know, man. I don't know who he fights next, to be honest.
Yeah, because maybe the loser of Dariush and Makachev, but that's not a confirmed fight. We just made that up.
Yeah, but I think that's going to end up happening now that Gaethje's fighting for the title. It seems, more than likely. Well, an interesting fight would be if Poirier lost against Oliveira to do Chandler versus Poirier would be an incredible fight.
Yeah, he's gonna have to fight a loser of one of these these battles. Fight a loser, then maybe one more, then maybe a title shot. But obviously, it just depends on who's the holder, because like people like to see fresh fights. So if it's someone that he hasn't fought before, he's got more of a chance.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. We'll see where he goes. To be fair, I don't think there's any clear direction. I don't think he's gonna want to be getting back in there straight away either after that war. So
no. Stock's risen anyway. Great fight.
100%. Right, let's move on. Okay. Next fight on the card. I said this to you as well, bro. I literally said this will be fight of the night if it was on any other card, and it was fight of the night if it was on any other card. We had Shane Burgos versus Billy, I think it's Quarantillo. But that fight was incredible, man. Billy came out, he's like he's throwing so much volume early on, but then Shane's like the difference in their striking showed like massively towards the end. Like Shane started picking him apart. He was landing the power punches in that fight. It was an incredible performance, to be fair. Like I think they had the record for the 4th highest significant strikes thrown in the featherweight division as well. Like proper good fight. And I think for Shane Burgos, it was important to get that win as well after the Edson Barboza fight, because there was a lot of hype surrounding him, and it shows that he deserves to be a ranked fighter. Like, and for him now, it's going to be a top 10 fight next.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the rankings now. So he's 14 now. So it's in that top 15. Could maybe get a top 10, but even still, at least he's kept himself in the rankings.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe if two. It all depends. That's a hard division as well. Let's not forget. But I actually skipped past that fight, so I can't really comment on it.
It was a weird one, man, because that fight, if it started off the card, it would have got everyone hyped up. But everyone was like, it was fucking weird because everyone was on such a high from the first fight. Everyone was kind of on a come down for that second. The atmosphere was a bit weird in the stadium, but amazing fight. I think Dana said that he was going to sort both of them out with some cash as well anyway, because no one was going to beat Chandler and Gaethje for fight of the night, but that was a very close second. Moving on to the next fight, probably the least interesting fight on the main card. We had Frankie Edgar, who's an absolute legend, versus Marlon Vera. The fight...
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. Frankie actually fought a very good fight in the first round. He got a nice takedown as well. And he looked quite good in that first round, but then Marlon just looked bigger in there, man. I thought he looked quite... It's a weird one as well, because Frankie's obviously fought at like higher weight divisions. Yeah.
Title holder.
But yeah, it is the striking of Marlon. When he was putting it on Frankie didn't want to stand there and trade with him, because there was a significant power difference there. Just wrap up the finish for us.
I just wanted to say that Frankie's lovely movement, but his shots didn't look like they had any power whatsoever. And I don't know if that's because of age or something, but he was doing well, like in and out, hitting him with combos, but literally looked like nothing on them. I feel like Frankie's only chance now, being at his age, is obviously to use his grappling and hold someone down and beat them up like he did to I think Rodriguez, he did it too. But the finish was Anderson Silva-esque. Straight kick to the face with the top of the foot, and that was it. Edgar was complaining, but when you fall flat on your face forwards, that's a sign that it's done, basically.
Oh yeah, the finish was called at the right time, I think. Obviously, Frankie's, it's hard for a fighter to accept it, but it was over. If he carried on, he would have nailed him to the canvas. So that was another fight. And then we got ready for the co-main event, which was Rose defending the strawweight belt against Weili Zhang. And there was a lot of interest going into this fight, because obviously Weili has partnered up with Henry Cejudo and his coach to obviously transform her game for this second fight. And I thought she made some massive improvements in this fight. In the first 2 rounds, I gave her the first 2 rounds. I thought she was incredible in those first 2. She was
nice
leg kicks, takedowns, and I was concerned that Rose was just not going to get into the fight. But all credit to Rose, she switched it up completely. She started landing more significant strikes in the 3rd and the 4th, and it was basically, I think most people had it 2-2 going into that last round. I did, so it's 2-2 going into that last round. And I think Rose showed real championship heart in that final round. She secured a takedown, and which I said as well. I'm saying all these things, but Rose's coach had said that she's massively improved on her wrestling, and she showed it because she took her down. I think with Weili though, man, the thing that really disappointed me, and I think she will be disappointed as well, is she was very happy to just stay on her back, man. Like,
yeah.
it was a bit. It was honestly, it was a bit strange. Like, she was throwing up kicks, but like, try and get back to your feet. Like, I just don't understand why she's lying on her back. Like, you're giving away like control time and stuff. So
yeah. It was a different performance from Rose. We've seen her knock out people before. This was more using her smarts and thought, okay, 2-2. Let me make sure I win this round. And I think like for Rose to hold Weili down as well, even if Weili didn't make too much effort getting back up, it still shows that she has got wrestling and she is strong as well. And she may not look that strong, but she carries knockout power and she can wrestle. To even get her to the floor with some beautiful the takedowns that she was using, the trips and stuff were amazing. So I think it shows a different side to Rose that we're not used to, but you know, she got it done again. And I think debatably now, best strawweight taking over Joanna, I think I'd give it to her.
yeah, I think that's a fair statement. I think she wants to run back that fight with Carla as well.
Yeah,
and get that on her
Carla
resume.
deserves it.
But Dana said that he's not giving it her. He goes, we've got options, because apparently they offered her another fight, but she was like, "No, I'm sitting around and waiting for the title." And Dana, hates when fucking people say that.
Yeah.
But I think that's the next fight to make. I think Rose wants it. The only person that doesn't fucking seem to want it is Dana. So
yeah, but I don't want to see. To be honest, I don't want to see Joanna and Rose again.
No,
like, I don't want to see that. I don't know if he's talking about that. But who else is there? Who else? Carla's ranked second in the division on a 5-fight win streak, already beaten Rose. Let her have it, man. And Carla's a known fighter as well.
Yeah.
So who else is there in that division? I'll just have a quick look now in that strawweight division. But I remember looking earlier, Carla. After that, you've got like Marina Rodriguez. I don't know who she is. Some Yan person, and then Mackenzie Dern. Maybe Mackenzie Dern, who might give it her. But now I think
she's coming off a loss, so that Mackenzie Dern,
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Okay. It's a weird one, man. I think Rose is quite dominant in that division. I reckon she can hold on to that title for quite a bit.
Yeah, I think she'll beat Carla now. She lost ages ago.
Yeah. Maybe she's trying to move up a division after she's defended it one more time.
Is that to Shevchenko's?
Yeah.
That'd be a fight. Shevchenko's big, a lot bigger.
Be a good striking battle, but I think Shev will be able to just take her down, to be honest.
Yeah, and hold her down if she wants to. Yeah. But Rose done it again. Fair play.
Fair play to Rose. And we move on to the main event. Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman 2. And after the first fight, I think a lot of people weren't expecting to see another 5-round war, but it finished a 5-round war anyway. Incredible fight. Give me your thoughts first, because I know me and you had quite different thoughts about the fight.
Yeah, I genuinely think that I felt that Colby he took a different approach this time. He was saying to me in the build-up he wants to test his cardio, and he said he ain't gonna, because of the nut. He was taking breaks because of nut shots and fake eye pokes. So I thought this time he's gonna really put it on him. Like, he's gonna try and wrestle him. He's gonna really throw as much shots as he can. And I felt like he stood back a bit, trying to play a little, a more technical battle with him. But the problem with that is, I feel with Usman, is that if Usman lands, he's got so much power that it's going to make a bigger statement to the judges. And also, Colby says he's a D1 and Usman's a D2 scrub, but he couldn't do anything with the wrestling. It just shows. I just think that Usman's so strong in there. And Colby did get a takedown on him. Fair play, one. That he's made it vocal that he did take him down. But
no, he's 100% a takedown, man. DC confirmed. Yeah.
No, it was takedown.
I checked the UFC page today. They still haven't updated it. It still says
no, they're not going to, because they said they didn't control him. Yeah, but that was the only piece of wrestling that Colby showed the technique and actual. But other than that, Usman was stuffing the takedowns.
Yeah, but you know what it was? That takedown that he got, he didn't just shoot on that takedown. He went under the arm as Usman was throwing an attack, and then got the takedown. And that's what I think he needed to do more, because some of the other takedowns he was doing, he was thinking he could do what he was doing to like Robbie Lawler and like you can't do that to Usman. He's a big, strong guy who can wrestle at high level as well. You can't just go for any odd takedown. Like, you have to time it, man. But he managed to get
that. Let's get Sonny a job as an MMA coach.
Nah, but
he's been saying shit on this podcast and it's coming true.
Ain't it, man? But
take notice.
It was annoying, man. Like the first 2 rounds, Colby started quite slow. The second one, I think most people thought this is a wrap now. Like he took two, I think it 2 left hooks,
2 shots, yeah.
And I was just thinking, fuck's sake, man. I was at that point, I was just thinking, this guy is too good, man. Like he's like no one can beat him. I honestly think that now anyway, but Colby showed some fucking resilience, man. Like he landed some good shots in the 4th and the 5th round. He was landing a lot more as well. So all this bullshit where he's like, I don't feel ring rust. I think there was an element of ring rust in there because if he came out throwing like that in the first
But do you feel that he was slightly scared of Usman's power because he seemed a bit not willing to exchange in the first 2 rounds? But I feel like maybe after he got clipped, maybe he thought, I did get clipped, but I'm still here, so now I'm just gonna go for it. Like I feel like I can take the power. I don't know. It was a bit, looked a bit not scared, but very bit cautious of Usman's power. Maybe because he killed Masvidal as well.
I was going to say, I think that's understandable because he's trained with Masvidal for so many years as well.
Yeah.
And he's obviously known Masvidal completely through the time where he hasn't been knocked out in the UFC. Yeah. And then to see that, I think he's come out there in the first couple of rounds for, let me actually see if this guy's improved that much since the last fight, instead of just running in there like last time. Last time, I don't think he had respect for Usman's striking. I think he thought, fuck this guy, I can strike with him and I'll take anything that he's got. But this time, after that KO and then the Gilbert Burns as well, I think he probably went in there thinking, let me just chill, see if this guy's actually improved that much. He felt it at the end of the second, but he knew that he took 2 big shots and he was still there. And I think that's when that mentality flicked in his mind, and I feel like he just became a lot sharper after that as well. Maybe it was the fear factor of he dropped me twice with 2 good shots, so I need to. But he was still a bit reckless. Like some of his punches were still like looping punches. Like they like the improvements that he said that had been made. I didn't really think there was a bit, but not major improvements.
Yeah, it's a bit weird though. Like he's gone to a gym where like that, I don't know about MMA Masters too much, but from what I know, compared to top team, they ain't got the level of competition that's gonna push him, give him hard rounds. And I think it was more of maybe a conditioning thing that he focused on and a bit of technique. But they're not a known gym. They're not like AKA or top team. Imagine the training that who he's training with at top team compared to MMA Masters. They're not gonna push him the same way.
But to be honest, I think he's at that stage of his career and he's reached that height of his career where he doesn't necessarily need that anymore. It's like kind of like Max Holloway, like Max, he's picked up all those skills and stuff. He doesn't really need that hard sparring with certain sparring partners anymore.
Like true. Yeah,
I feel like if anything, he needs more attention, more people to focus in on him, which obviously makes sense for him to go over to MMA Masters because ATT's got fucking loads of stars there. So I think.
But do you think that's the right coach is there to give him that one-on-one time? I get what you're saying, more of a Trevor Whitman approach. Like,
I don't know anything about those coaches, to be honest.
Yeah.
He was saying after the first fight, like his coaches were telling him to breathe in the corner. He's like, I've been breathing all my life. I know to breathe. Like, it's just shit advice. But then these guys were telling him to breathe as well. So I was thinking, what the fuck? But I think at the end it was amazing to see. Like he goes to Usman, like I was building the fight, get your money, saw love, and then like the ref kind of split them. He was like, you can kiss later or some shit. And then bro, straight away in the post-fight press conference, he's like, I can't respect him, blah 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 blah. Straight back into the act. I fucking love it, man. So
everyone saw the real Colby then for about 2 minutes. And then he went back to his act.